Ladies and gentlemen, in this Baldur's Gate 3 video, I wanted to let you know that now is a better time than ever to jump back into Baldur's Gate 3. Patch 7 is on its way and we're going to receive this patch either late April, which is like right now, or at the latest, early May. And coming with Patch 7 is going to be a massive update to the game. So from everything from brand new content, fan favorite updates, brand new endings, and a quick mention to Larian's biggest record-breaking event yet. We're going over all that in this video. Here we go. So let's start off with what to expect from the updates coming with this patch. First off, the most major update coming our way is they're actually adding new content. We're talking things like brand new cinematics, which is going to bring all new and improved evil endings coming to the game for the darker playthrough conclusions. So it's really nice to see some loving being put into these type of playthroughs, since at this point I'm sure a lot of us have been through the game a few times with our goody two-shoes playthrough. At least now, when we decide to be the big bads that I know we truly are, we're going to have a solid ending to go alongside that. And the evil side of things does deserve the same quality of endings and cinematics that we've come to experience here in the past, and this should give you a nice shove to get you to go do it. The other updates coming our way, and what I'm personally most interested in, are the other tools and features. As stated, we're going to be brought additional modding tools, which means we're going to be able to mess with, as they say, the visuals, animations, sounds, stats, and more to completely overhaul the game. It almost sounds like we're getting a straight dev tool to control a lot of the different aspects of our game and specific playthrough, to ultimately create new content and challenges from what's there already for ourselves. This is going to be a fantastic addition to not only the lifeblood of the game, but it's going to bring more longevity and variety into each and every one of our playthroughs. Now, just so everyone's on the same page here, there's been some additional updates that came out in past patches that were themed around Valentine's Day, and these are currently live and available to interact with right now. So with this latest patch right around the corner, anyone who hasn't played this game in a while will have quite the plethora of new content and gameplay to experience, and this is really going to enhance the game for you. So of course, on theme with Valentine's Day, they had improvements to a lot of the kissing scenes to create new interactions. This way it feels a lot less robotic and awkward. Now you're going to have a roster of options, from being more intense to short and sweet. We got little forehead kisses and just a whole bunch of good stuff, and they're randomized to keep things very interesting. So if you plan on showing some loving, maybe now you'll get a little bit more of that satisfaction. They also added new legendary actions for various bosses and a whole bunch of new little cinematics near the end of the game to better reflect the connections between players and their partners. This came right alongside with all new animations in camp, making it so the idle animations are a lot more varied and interesting, while still presenting that specific character a lot better. Previously, we only had like one animation where you'd look at Karlach and she'd do a little dance every now and then. That's all well and good, but when you have a bigger variety that better represents these characters, it's just going to keep things fresh and a bit more engaging for us as the players. We also had a boatload of quality of life improvements. For example, you don't have to awkwardly dismiss party members in direct conversation before you can go and add new members of the party. You can now just go to that new member and bring them in, so it's just way smoother. Not to mention the addition to honor mode. On this difficulty setting, there's no deaths allowed. Now this does mean your entire team, of course, not just one character, and by doing so, you're gonna get an achievement and a brand new set of dice, the golden D20s, that's only achievable through this mode, which is really nice. Even more important than that, they're introducing an entirely new set of content that the team went back and recorded to really finish off the game. They added the new content section, Journey's End, which is a playable epilogue based on all your choices you made along the way. This gives us a proper send-off to the game, but also for your specific playthrough, a very personal and special touch that gives you a unique ending from everyone else. Now this does take place 6 months after your Baldur's Gate 3 story, so if it's something you want to see and never did, you could just load up the game right now, pick a save right before that final fight, do it, and there you go. A brand new ending will be available to you. And something like this took a lot of work to put into the game, and for them to get the team back together for this big update, I'm telling you, if you haven't experienced it, this alone is a strong reason to get back into Baldur's Gate 3. And on that note, if you find yourself enjoying this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell for more of this coming your way. It helps me out very much. Thank you so much, guys. Now, some things that are confirmed confirmed that they're being worked on, but are not going to make it in patch 7 just due to the fact that it's too close by and they won't have enough time to implement these things properly, will be number 1, crossplay to allow console to PC or console to console play, as well as a photo mode for obvious reasons. I mean, the game's absolutely beautiful, and unfortunately, a lot of it is seen through forced perspectives. So being able to look around freely to reveal some cool things, or even just to have a fun tool to play with, will be a very welcome addition to the game when it does launch. It is a bit of a bummer that these features aren't coming in patch 7, but like they stated, it will be a lot of work for them to implement these things, and with the history of Larian Studios, I certainly do respect the time and effort needed to put these functions together. At least we know for sure they won't be coming to us half-baked, and when we do receive them, it'll be a nice, fully fleshed out system coming our way. Now, with the details of patch 7 discussed a bit, how about we take a really cool look at the main menu? So from the creator Preza Gaming Videos, he posted this surprising footage of the main menu with the free cam to actually fully explore it. And this reveals to us that it's not just a flat background with just some moving details on it, but it's a full 3D render with some low quality for distant shots. But put all that aside, it looks really good. And above that, we have the view of Baldur's Gate as its own unique set piece overlooking the city. It's pretty funny because there's literally a cave right where we're standing as our perspective from the main menu, and that is where we end up plunging down into as we go down to the Baal Temple. They went in on even just the starting screens. Now, the city itself is just a lot of floating buildings and reused assets, cleverly creating many different streets to make it look like a city. It's all just floating in midair, but hidden from us as the perspective we're used to seeing it from. Still though, it's insane how far they went even just on these 2 menu backgrounds alone, instead of just going with the 2D backgrounds we would normally expect. Leave it up to Larian to go above and beyond. And this leads us right into Larian's record-breaking Game of the Year awards. A week or so back, many of Larian's team attended the BAFTA Game Awards.
And the Game of the Year is Baldur's Gate 3.
Amongst many awards won, they yet again won the award for the best game. I mean, at this point, where are they putting all these things? So at the BAFTA event, they actually took 5 awards for narrative, music, supported role, best game, and of course, player's choice. With Larian Studios going into this with a hefty 10 nominations to begin with. That alone, very impressive. So you might be asking, well, how many freaking reward ceremonies can there be? Now, normally one team doesn't get nominated this many times, let alone win. But history was made though by Larian when they won this Game of the Year category. The BAFTA Game Awards is the 5th major Game of the Year award event, and Larian has officially made history by managing to win all 5. Every single major event nomination. That goes for the well-known Game Awards event, the Golden Joysticks, DICE, Game Developer's Choice, and now the BAFTAs to top it all off. Now, obviously, Game of the Year or Best Game is the most important one of them all for any game to receive at each event, but to win all the major ones is absolutely insane, especially when you look at games like Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring, God of War. These are all top tier games and they came close, but no one has been able to take home all 5 rewards. And what makes this even more unique is Baldur's Gate is a CRPG and a turn-based action style game, which means it should have the least likelihood of winning all these rewards, as those type of genres tend to do worse than others. So what are your thoughts about the upcoming additions coming to the game? What would you like to see added to Baldur's Gate 3? Will this video push you to jump back in? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button if you liked the video, subscribe or ring the notification bell for more, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!